If the roar of the crowd gives you goosebumps, catching a slip makes you grin, and above all, you love making your bookie cry, then you're in the right place. The #1 spot for premier betting advice and wild opinions, shared with a fan base like no other. Welcome home. This is the Punch List MMA Podcast.
Something weird's happening here.
What's that?
My audio is like desynced in its entirety.
What does that even mean?
Oh, wait a second. I can hear myself twice.
Well, now you know how painful it is for everybody to listen to you once.
That's funny. Oh, man. I got to back out and come back in. I can't do this.
All right. All right. So now that he's gone, welcome to the Punch List Podcast. I am your host, Soup. Dale will be back shortly. And producer Jake's in the building. Final card of the year, the calendar year. Christmas season right around the river bend. Christmas tree in the back, looking real festive. And we're just excited to be back. And he's back.
Ask me how dumb I am. Just go ahead and ask me.
How dumb are you, Dale?
I had the YouTube link opened up in another tab behind me. So as soon as I close this one out, I saw me staring at myself again talking, and I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? And it's because I had the YouTube link opened up.
Oh, boy.
Because oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So,
that's full boomer right there.
Full boomer. Yeah, full boomer. I don't have any of the social media apps on my phone anymore. I deleted them all off of there, in an effort to cut down my use of my phone. So anytime I do anything on Twitter or Instagram now, I have to actually go into my office, sit down, log in, and put it in the computer.
Yeah.
So to share the link for the show on Twitter, I had to go to the YouTube page to copy the link and send it. I just left it open. So when we started, there was about a 10-second delay. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
But here we are now. It is the last UFC event of the year, not the last show of the year. I want to be clear about that. Not the last show of the year, but it is the last UFC event of the year. And we've got Sean Strickland, who's just one of our guys.
Yeah.
Taking on Jared Cannoneir. Yeah.
Love him.
Dude, I love Sean Strickland in the sense of like going to a family picnic where you know there's going to be a relative that gets hammered and starts a fight with somebody.
Yes.
Like you just look forward to the train wreck.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I will admit that Sean Strickland's been on his best behavior lately.
He's that cousin that your parents tell you to stay away from every family get together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I will say this. One of the things I love about Sean Strickland is I don't want to say I love it about him, but I admire the steadfastness in which he's not afraid to drop hard R's or call people, drop F-bombs, which I will do in a sense that won't get my YouTube channel flagged. You know, anybody in casual conversation, I have no problem with that. But we got snakes in the grass here that love reporting shit. So
yes, slithery little snakes.
So here we are. It's the dead of winter. We're 2 weeks out from Christmas, 12 days. In fact, I see you got your Christmas tree behind you.
Oh yeah.
You put the menorah and dreidel away this year.
Yeah.
You've converted back to your ancestral roots.
Uh-huh.
So what's on the docket? Have you been naughty or nice this year?
Oh, super nice.
Yeah, how nice.
Yeah, no naughtiness on this end.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just now.
What?
I don't.
Go ahead.
Kids, on the other hand.
Oh yeah,
dude. Terror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this:
Okay.
How big of a hit you taking this year, money wise, for Christmas?
Large.
Is it huge?
Yeah, huge.
Huge,
Not peanuts.
dude. I don't remember it ever being so bad this year.
Well, everything just cost more.
Yeah, you know,
And
you know
as
what,
kids get older, toys cost more.
dude. You know what I got?
What'd you get?
I'm not in the good graces of the church right now, but I got my two oldest something fantastic this year. I got them.
Firearms.
No, well, no, because they already had them. What they already have. I got my son a bow and arrow that you can legitimately kill stuff with, and
Yeah.
then I got him that last year, and then he's got a BB gun that shoots. It's a full on. You can kill stuff with that too. No, I got them laser pointers.
Yes.
And not just regular laser pointers, but like the 20,000 feet bright green beam, like
Oh yeah.
like the melt stuff, pop balloons, laser pointers. I got both.
Yeah,
of them.
you're gonna regret that in about 30 minutes after they open it.
I don't know, man. I think I had one out of the box today. I was playing with it. It was awesome. Way cooler than I remembered my laser pointer as a kid being.
Yeah, we stuck to like the conventional stuff, like like a train table and stuff.
No way, dude. No way, man. I went late.
Well, they're not old enough yet.
Well, I said, I was like, I'm going to do some like for me presents. And she was like, all right, cool. Go for it.
Yeah.
I got laser pointers. I got guns. I got all kind of a pocket knife. We're
just to be clear, that's the type of stuff that we got.
Yes.
Around the age of your kids.
Yes.
Yeah. Like that's what we got. Yeah.
And look, I got all 10 digits and I got all 10 toes, and my eyes work fairly well, and I can sort of hear. So, no big deal. The cool part is, like Brian says here, they're going to get you in trouble with the FAA when they point them at planes. The cool part is, at my house, planes fly over my house all the time. So we will actually have to have that conversation. You cannot point them at the plane.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they are
sweet,
I feel like,
dude. And that, I feel like that'll go over as well as when we were down there for the 4th of July with those adult, like, firecracker snap things that they just decided we're just going to torture the entire neighborhood with.
For those of you who are uninitiated, I mean, you are at this point. I have a golf cart, and I live in a neighborhood where a golf cart is a primary mode of transportation. We had like they're not M80s, but they're like the snapper version of an M80. They're a very large adult snapper, like not built for kids. The things that you throw on the ground. Me and Uncle Soupy took the kids for a little midnight cruise and on the golf cart. And as we were passing other golf carts, my kids what were they yelling? Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah, they were yelling fire in the hole, and they were throwing these snappers at all these old people in the golf carts. Yeah, and, yeah, it was a good time, man. You hear people scream and golf carts swerving everywhere.
It's hilarious.
Which I normally do not condone such shenanigans. I'm a very strict parent. But you got to let them be kids every once in a while. And they were terrors for about 45 minutes, and good on them. They got it out of their system for the rest of the year. They were good kids. All right. We had a lot happen this last weekend. So let's talk about that. More so, I mean, let's just get it out of the way. Patty Pimblett, Jared Gordon, every MMA person with a microphone is talking about this. So I don't expect to bring anything new to the table here. My opinions are not something wild and crazy. It's not going to be anything you don't hear from anybody else, but I'll comment on it all the same. Before I do so, I will give you the floor. How do you feel about this?
I feel like the UFC's plan to make a prelim fighter into a star was exposed.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think so.
90% of the people that tuned in to watch that fight had never heard of Jared Gordon prior to that fight.
Sure.
And he completely exposed Patty Pimblett. I mean, we've seen it in fights prior.
Okay.
Patty walks around with his chin high and he gets hit.
Yeah.
And two fights went to the cards. And they butchered both of them.
Yeah, they got them both wrong.
But hey, Uncle Fester made it all right because he gave everybody that got a finish performance of the night.
So here, okay. There's 88 different. Do you ever see like when they do like an aluminum cast of like a fire ant mound?
Yeah.
That's how this is how my opinion is for this. Okay.
Okay.
So I just need you to follow me for a minute here. All right. A couple different things. We have been talking about ad nauseum for a while now that there is there's an idea that the UFC is fixing fights. Okay. And much like we had with boxing and still takes place in some degree to boxing. Now, what's interesting about fixing fights in boxing is there's less modes of victory. You have knockout
Correct.
and scorecards. There's a lot of intangibles that come with fixing an MMA fight. Now, when anybody that's a parent, anybody that's ever dealt with anybody dishonest, anybody that's ever had a narcissist or a sociopath in their family, any of these like mental proclivities that lead towards dishonesty, if you've had those, you can tell that Dana White is full of shit when he talks.
Oh my God.
And his gross overreaction to any time he's questioned in something that makes him uncomfortable is indicative of what you see in somebody that is just lying.
Yeah.
They feel like if they get loud enough, if they get aggressive enough, if they get mean enough, they'll intimidate you back so you don't continue to press forward. Anytime anybody mentions fight fixing to Dana White, his reaction is so over the top. Like it's cartoonish. You fucking goof. Do you know how hard it would be? You got to be goofy. He loves calling people goof. You dork. You know how hard it would be to fix a fight? And I agree that it would be very hard to fix an MMA fight. But what I disagree on is that you can go into a fight with an understanding of how it's going to play out, right? And that understanding is exemplified, and producer Jake, I'm actually going to producer Jake you here for a minute. There is a video, I think Barstool posted it and some other outlets, of Dana White talking and looking at Dave Portnoy and Big Cat as the decision is being read. I saw it on Twitter and Instagram. So check out Barstool, check out those, see if you can find it. Okay. It's any of those will work. And while I'm talking here, what I think you can do is I think you can lay the groundwork for how something will end up. Right. So you can say to a guy like Dave Portnoy, who's a billionaire and somebody who you're depending on bringing eyes to your sport and eyes to your organization, because you've already shown with the Happy Dad and the Nelk Boy things, you're after the younger audience. So you want the Barstool guys. You say, look, man, I know Patty's your guy. If it goes to the cards, it's his. Right now, they're going to get out there and they're going to fight. So, I mean, if Jared somehow submits them, I can't do anything about that. But just know, if it goes to the cards, he'll be fine. Mm-hmm. When Jake finds this video, and he will, right? He looks like he's trying. Okay. You'll see that somebody caught an angle of Dana's face where Dana's looking directly in Portnoy's eyes, like, as the decision's being read, like, just calm down. It'll be okay. And then when the decision's read, Portnoy looks at him like, okay. Like, I got you. So Jake says, I'm not finding what you're saying. That's okay. We'll find it. Pepperidge Farm remembers, and the internet doesn't forget. We'll find it. All right. So that being said, I think that you can sort of push where a fight will end up. You can lay the groundwork for a fix.
I've got the video, but I obviously can't share it from my phone.
Send it to my email. Send it to the chat at Punchlist MMA email, and I'll throw it on the screen, and we'll put it up.
Can I just send it? Okay, yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm going to have to get on my phone, and then it doesn't.
Yeah. What's the email?
Oh, Jake's waving his hand. No, Jake's got it.
It's literally the first video that popped up when I typed in Dana White reaction to Patty Pimblett.
Oh, he literally middle finger up in the back. That's good.
It's the Daily Mail one, and it's Portnoy standing there with his stupid fucking Patty hair on, and that's it.
There we go.
It's the video.
What is that look?
Looks
What
at
is
him
that
and
look?
gives him
Right.
looks at him and gives him the head nod.
That look is, I told you.
Yeah.
The look is, I told you. That's as somebody who's given people the I told you so look. I
Right.
told you. There it
Yep.
is. That's the I told you. And he gives him the nod too. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
Your guy. See?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Important. He's like, yep, I just made a boatload of cash.
Sure did.
Here's what's really interesting about that is if you go back and you look at the lines for that fight, Paddy Pimblett was like a minus 350 on Barstool's site. It was the widest line of all the lines. It was minus 350. So what does that do? It makes him unplayable. So everybody pounds Gordon. So most of the action that Barstool Sportsbook took on Saturday night was Jared Gordon, and they got trapped. Those people got trapped. So Portnoy made a boatload of cash, right? A boatload of cash right there. So people say, oh, well, who stands to make money off of fight fixing? Because you can't just go to the window and put in $1 million on Paddy Pimblett. That is how you fix the fight. That's who benefited from this. Like, there's not a secret room where there's hundreds of people doing it. It's not a James Krause Discord where it's people doing it. It's one billionaire playing tummy sticks with another billionaire going, hey, we're gonna make a bunch of cash here, and this is how we're gonna do it. That, and again, this is all speculative, right? So that's all right, buddy. I understand. Maybe I said it wrong. I get verbal diarrhea. So anyway, that's issue number one. Okay. Issue number two, main event of the evening, Magomed Ankalaev taking on help me here. Jan Blachowicz. Yeah. Split draw. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that card?
Wrong.
It was wrong, right?
Wrong.
Now, that being said, how do you score it? Like, do you remember it well enough to tell me how you were scoring it as it was going along?
Round by round. Round one, close.
Okay.
Round two, Jan Blachowicz.
Okay.
Jan beat him up with the legs. Round two. Round three, round three is another close round. Round one, I lean Magomedov.
Okay.
Blachowicz gets round two.
Okay.
Round three, I understand the argument for Blachowicz. Round four, Magomedov, no question about it.
Yeah.
Round five, 10-8 Magomedov, no question about it in my mind.
Okay. So I think I honestly, the way I scored it as I was watching it, I went number one Ankalaev, number two Blachowicz, number three Blachowicz, 4 Ankalaev, 5 Ankalaev.
Yeah.
Okay. With 5 being the most dominant and arguably
Clear
a 10-8.
Yeah.
Arguably a 10-8. There wasn't a lot of damage ensued. There was that weird scramble at the beginning, but I think that was more Blachowicz being off balance than him getting hurt with anything.
Yeah, no. I agree.
But make of that what you will. But I thought it was very clear 2-2, right? And then number one was up for grabs. And then the round 5 was arguably the 10-8, right? And that,
yes.
and I think that's where the things got dicey, is you had judges score the first 3 rounds for Blachowicz, which you could make an argument for, and then you give Ankalaev 4, and then you have him get the 10-8 and 5. That's how we get where we're at now. What makes this fishy to me? Okay, here's what makes me fishy: is Jamal Hill versus Glover Teixeira got announced right after,
immediately after,
and Jamal Hill said the quiet part out loud. Jamal Hill said, "I got the call while they were still in the cage, asking if I would fight Glover in Brazil for the belt."
Mm-hmm.
How do you as the chairman or the CEO of the UFC, how do you pivot like that? And with all the gusto that comes from that, how do you pivot from that? How do you pivot on it that quickly, and then knowing all the logistics that go behind that, and then make that your immediate call? Like, why isn't your reaction one of like, shit, now what are we going to do? How did you have that in the queue already?
Right. And his whole explanation was, it wasn't him. I forget who the 2 guys that he named, but he was like, so-and-so talked to Hill so-and-so talked to Glover. And then when this happened, we were like, how do we fix this? Oh, let's just do them. We'll turn it around real quick. We'll do it in Brazil. But
Right.
why are you speaking to Jamal Hill?
Right.
Why is that even in the equation?
And then what's interesting to me about this too is that rather than justify what we saw, he doubles down on it and says the fight sucked.
Yeah.
And then he
What do you
didn't
think of
like
the main event? Oh, it sucked.
it sucked. It was a great fight.
Yeah.
That was a good, like, you know me. Light heavyweight is probably my least favorite division.
Yeah.
That was a great fight. That was a great fight. And two guys that you want to be champion, right? Because everybody, like your organization, has been built and very prosperous off Dagestani Caucasus Mountain Warriors. They bring you fucking oodles of money because their fans will, the whole village chips in and buys pay-per-views. Or you get Jan Blachowicz to win and you get all of Eastern Bloc Europe with him.
Yeah.
All of Eastern Bloc Europe.
Yep.
Not to mention your everyman nor'easter, like you, like me, the guys that rallied behind Stipe Miocic, who we go, yeah, I like this guy. He looks like me. He's a big-nosed white dude with a bunch of vowels and fucking hard K's and Z's in his name. That's my people. Those are your people. So you bring all those with you, but you're like, nah, I don't want any of them. Give me Jamal Hill and Glover Teixeira.
Yep.
Because let's be honest with you here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Jamal Hill's gonna murder Glover Teixeira.
Yeah, and you want Jamal. Yes, you want Jamal and Yuri.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
That's what you want. You're gonna take Glover Teixeira and you're gonna kill him in his hometown. This is Achilles killing Hector at the gates of Troy. He's taking him to his hometown and he's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
That's what this is. You are killing Glover Teixeira. That's what's happening. Jamal Hill is going to knock out Glover Teixeira in violent, ugly fashion in Brazil. Achilles is killing Hector at the gates of Troy. That's what's happening. It's just, and he's prepared for it anyway. I cannot wrap my head around it. It's so stupid.
Also, Dana White saying that Ankalaev got the shit kicked out of him in round 1 is nonsense to me.
To me, it says you were too busy talking about how much blow and hookers you were gonna partake in with Portnoy backstage.
Yeah, because when he's like, they mentioned that Ankalaev was upset, and he's like, I mean, you went out there in rounds 1 and 2 and got the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twitch says, how does Hill kill him? Genuinely wondering your reasoning. Yeah, I think it's great. So, one thing we have seen, right, is Jamal Hill struggles on the ground. If you look at the Paul Craig fight, even in the simple engagement, Paul Craig was able to secure that arm. He really locked it up underneath, torqued him, and then fell back into guard. And then he really couldn't do, he really couldn't do much with it. And then ultimately got the arm broken. Everything that we've seen with Glover has been, it's a rinse and repeat cycle, right? Glover goes out. It's 50-50 until he gets his shit rocked. And then he survives the shit rocking and then finds a way to persevere and come back. Okay. What we have seen him do and survive that against is older guys that are a little bit older with a little bit more mileage on the tires. Not, you say, well, Anthony Smith has fucking 60 career fights, right? So Jamal Hill is a younger dude, and he's just unorthodox enough to catch Glover. And I'm gonna be honest with you, depending on how far Yuri's out, if I'm trying to make a superstar, right? If you want a fucking superstar, you take Jamal Hill and you have him clubber Lang Glover Teixeira in Brazil. And then you have Alex Pereira move up from 185 to 205 and have him fight Jamal Hill.
Yeah.
Because Pereira is Glover's understudy. That's his squire, if you will.
And it wouldn't be a struggle for him to make that weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to go back to a comment in the chat earlier
Yeah.
about that. Somebody said that they were angling for Patty versus Ilya Taporia. That's a bad move for the UFC.
It's a terrible move. They will continue.
That's where Patty gets snuffed.
They're gonna give Patty probably two more cans. I don't want to call Jared Gordon a can. They're gonna give him two more easier fights before you just literally can't do anything else with him. Like at a certain point, you have to Sean O'Malley him and go. We're either gonna give you a fight that you have no business having whatsoever, or you're gonna get beat. So yeah, and then even again, perfect point. Sean O'Malley versus Piotr Jan. Piotr Jan won that fight. Sean O'Malley proved he belonged, and it was a competitive fight, but Piotr Jan won that fight.
Yep.
I'm not going to call robbery. I'm not going to scream robbery on that one because it was a very close fight. One that I think myself and I'm not calling myself a media member, but most media members scored for Jan. But Jared Gordon, resounding. There was not a single media member of the unified MMA media that scored that fight for Paddy Pimblett.
Correct.
So, speaking of the Ilya Taporia thing, and we're going to talk about him here more in a second because we're about to start breaking down fights. I messaged Drew after that fight, and I said, "Did you watch the Patty fight?" And he goes, "No, what happened?" I said, "I'm just going to let you. I'm just going to let you know that if Sean Shelby or Mick Maynard give you that kid like you've been asking for, they're going to get booked on attempted murder. You can't fight him." I was like, I told him, I said, "I love you, dude, but you can't fight him. It will do nothing for you because you're literally just it's like you're going to kill." You're going to kill a little special needs kid is what it's going to be like, but you're just not, it's going to be a time to kill. You can't do that. You can't, there's no way you can't fight him, man. Patrick over at Addicted to Combat says the aged Brazilian vets have not done well at the Brazil events as of late either. No, they have not. You're absolutely right. And my man, Patrick just had Manpreet from MMA Lock of the Night on his live stream right before that. Here's what I appreciate about Patrick. He decided he was going to do the live stream on Tuesday nights too, and then him and I have been kind of circle jerking one another with our times, and we decided to stagger. We had a little handshake agreement, unspoken agreement. We're going to start staggering the times a little bit, so that way people don't have to choose between us. So I appreciate that. He says Jacare, Anderson Silva, Lil Nog, Alves, Aldo all got dusted at most recent memory card surgery. Yes, bro, it's brutal, right? Nobody, it's bad. Add Glover to the list. Yes, 100%. I agree. All right. You ready to break down some fights, dude?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I was saying, if you're not, well,
no.
Okay. All right, man. So they have this listed. ESPN has this listed as a 4-fight main card. I'm going to go ahead and throw Cheyenne and Corey McKenna on the main card just because I like the feeling of 5 as opposed, to 4. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, it's a lot different than what we had, that 7 or 8 fight main card we had.
Yeah, it's wild, right? So Cheyenne Vlismas used to be Cheyenne Bays, but now she's gone with the maiden name until it turns into Dolidze. She's taking on Corey McKenna. Corey McKenna is 7-2. Cheyenne 7-2. Cheyenne is going to be your favorite here come Saturday night. She's a -195. Corey McKenna +170. Over on her rounds at 2.5. Wide line as far as women are concerned here. Soup, how do you feel about this fight?
Oh, I know how you feel about it already.
How do I feel about
the
this
way fight? The emphasis you put on a +170.
+170.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a women's science. You have to play. Honestly, there are lots of women, or a handful of women that should be heavy favorites. Cheyenne Bays, Vlismas, whatever, should not be one of them. And as somebody astutely said in the messages earlier this week, Cheyenne's been getting beat up a lot anyway, if you know what I mean. So Corey McKenna.
Oh boy.
So Corey McKenna +170. No, here, look, the striking is going to come out even. The wrestling will be negligible. It becomes exactly what women's MMA is 90% of the time. And it's a 50-50 fight, right? Like, if Cheyenne's got the height advantage, maybe better strength of schedule, but outside of that, it really has, you got nothing else going for it. It's a 50-50 fight, man. And at that case, give me the women's plus money, always.
Hey, it's your world. I'm just living in it.
You got nothing?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, man. All right, now we're talking. Drew Dober, 25-11,
Yes.
taking on Bobby Green at 29-13-1. Dober at a -150. That line's coming down. Please, thank you. Taking on Bobby Green +130. Over on rounds at 2.5. Go for it, good sir.
So the day this fight was announced, no lines were out, and we both capped this.
Yes.
You had Dober at a -185.
Yes.
Which he opened at a -178.
Yes.
I had Dober at a -145.
Yes.
Which it is now moving down in that direction.
Yes.
Listen, I think this really comes down to Dober's ability to maneuver with Bobby Green's counter striking. If Dober can effectively put pressure on him, which we know that he can, and that will be the plan of attack here, I think he can get Bobby Green out of there. I mean, listen, and it's not because, you've built a relationship with Drew Dober.
No. Take all that aside, because I don't care.
This is my opinion here.
Okay.
I'm just saying I've never spoken to the guy.
Yeah.
I have no relationship with him. I'm looking at this as a betting perspective, and I like Drew Dober in this fight. I do.
What I need to see, not what I need to see, but what Drew's path to success is effectiveness.
Right.
So Bobby he's good at cutting angles, and he uses that shoulder roll style defense, and he's very slick on the counters, right? Drew is very fundamental, right, in the approach. Very everything's right where it needs to be. Everything's in the pocket. Everything looks like it. Like, show me the textbook right hook, right? And that's what we're looking at, whenever they show like the videos where they're in the back, like shadow boxing, that's how he fights. Like it looks like that. So what I need, or what you need to see there is effectiveness in that, right? So if we're throwing power at Bobby, we can't be throwing power and missing everything. Even if we're not hitting the face, we got to be hitting the shoulders. We got to be hitting the arms. We got to be hitting, like, you have to be connecting. What we can't do is have big looping, swinging misses, because when you're exposed, you throw the straight right, you miss, Bobby pulls back, counters, throws a hook over the top, or whatever the case may be. You can't miss with him. You have to at least touch or be out of the way. We can't have any like big, long, extended, wild exchanges. Bobby Green, not known for his power. I'm not particularly worried about a knockout per se, but volume over the course of 3 rounds could be an issue. Damage could be an issue if let's say the jab starts landing very well, the nose gets busted, we split an eyebrow, whatever the case may be. Drew, God love him, has been getting hit a lot lately, right? Like the Giga Chad chin has been put to the test, and he knows it, right? He wants to win cleanly and put on a good display of mixed martial arts. He needs that on Saturday, right? Like, this is not a walk in the park. I had him capped at almost a 2-1 favorite. I still stand by that. I think he's got more momentum. He's got more power. He's got more paths to victory than Bobby Green. Bobby Green's hope is to outlast and out-durable and hope to make a round close. Like Bobby Green wants 3 very hard to judge rounds. That's what he wants. Like, I want 3 hard to judge rounds, and I'm hoping the judges give it to me. Like, Bobby Green's not going to this fight going, I'm fucking sleeping Drew Dober. I'm going to go out there and tap him. He's not doing any of that. He's going, I'm going to go out there and make this dude work for this victory. That's his approach. I just, more paths to victory. I think you see on the Dober side. What's interesting to me is the idea that Dober would go out and panic wrestle, or Dober would go out and go shoot for takedowns. I don't see that. I don't see that. It's not really his speed. He may prove me wrong. He may go out there and fucking blast double him right off the rip. He'd have to do something we have not seen before. I think more paths to victory exists for Drew here. That over-under on 2.5 is scary to me. This seems like a Drew Dober round 3 or decision. I wouldn't touch a round 1 or 2 knockout.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. What I'll be interested. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, because Drew's smart enough to know that there is going to be a feeling out process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is going to be a come out full speed in the first minute and try. That's setting yourself up to get caught.
Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind too, and this is just, this is something I want people to know, and I don't know if this information will avail itself anywhere else. Drew and Bobby have been trying to fight each other for a very long time. And I'm talking about like a couple months on Twitter and Instagram. This is a fight that's years in the making. Not because they don't like each other, but because they sort of came up around the same time. They've existed, like the idea of like Uriah Faber and Cub Swanson having never fought, right? Their careers existed simultaneously and in and around the same divisions. They were just never in the same spot at the same time. Now these two guys they are here, and their careers are in the same spot. The fight can finally happen, but they've been wanting to fight each other for a long time. And that in and of itself, that's going to take 5 minutes of looking at each other to go, holy shit, we're here. Right. Yeah. Okay. Now we're doing this. This is not a round one. This is probably not a round two. If Drew invests in the body early, or if Bobby can cut or damage Dober structurally early, it might go inside the distance. But I really think you're looking at either a body shot KO by Dober in round 3, an accumulation of damage by Bobby in rounds 2 and 3 to win him a decision. This is over 2.5, a Dober round 3 or a Dober decision. If honestly, and another prop to consider would be either fight or win by split decision here. This has the makings of that.
Written all over. Yeah, I agree with that.
Let me see if there's a line for that real quick. Actually,
if there's not now, there will be.
There will be. Yeah,
on
for
fight
sure.
Day, absolutely.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, it's not out yet. But Dober in round 3 plus 900. You've got, let's see here. Again, Green by decision plus 220, Dober by decision plus 240. I really think a split decision is worth playing here. And whenever that comes out, maybe we'll sprinkle that as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. Did I play that down the middle enough?
You did. With all that being said, Drew Dober wins this fight.
100% Drew Dober, yeah. Absolutely. That's my man. I'll never bet against that dude. But yeah, for sure. Dober all day, baby. No, certain fighters listen to the show, they get in their feelings. They think I don't play it down the middle enough. They think they get all hurt about it. So I just want to make sure nobody's getting their feelings about this one. And that being said, Drew will be on the show on Tuesday, win, lose, or draw, to talk to us about how the Bobby Green fight went. So there's that. All right, Alex Caceres taking on Julian Erosa. Juicy J at 28-10. Alex Caceres at 19-13. Soup. We got Bill Algeo win.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Billy Q win.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time for a Juicy J win.
Oh, Juicy J, absolutely.
Juicy J all day, right? Yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be. How do you think he gets it done against Alex Caceres?
God, I hate saying that somebody's going to win a decision.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate saying that, especially with the state of judging right now. Because Sal D'Amato is going to come in and just stick it inside me. But I'll say Juicy J by decision.
Dude, honestly, this will be a fight night where the main event walks at like 1:15 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to see. We got spoiled this last week with finish after finish after finish after finish, and this is going to be we're sitting there at 12:45 and we're watching the last round of the co-main.
I'm telling you, it'll be
sleepy.
Fucking Sean Strickland and the Killer Gorilla are going to be fighting at 1:30 in the morning, bro. It's going to be brutal. So just gear up for it. All right, let's talk about Alex Caceres real quick, though. Now, you know me. I have my triune, my Cerberus of gritty white boys, Julian Erosa, Billy Q, and Bill Algeo, right? I don't think any three of them been in the same room at the same time, although wasn't Bill Algeo and Billy Q, weren't they roommates? There's something weird about this. Or maybe it was Erosa. There's something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This Cerberus of grit, the last three-headed monster that has not won this year is Julian Erosa. And the Trinity is coming to fruition here. Now, Alex Caceres has just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to martial arts in general, right? Like he's decent on the ground. He's got creative striking, but I just don't know how, short of a wild exchange, I don't see how he finishes Julian Erosa. And I don't think he has the cardio to keep up with the pace that Juicy J is going to put on him for 3 rounds. Now, as a Juicy J better and backer, here's what I'm concerned about. Julian, of the 3, walks forward the most with his head held high and is the most prone to being hurt. As we saw with that cinder block head Billy Q, you can't hurt him.
No,
Bill Algio's too smooth with it. You're not going to catch him. Juicy J, though, he's like, he's a sperm that swam too slow. He's there, right? But he doesn't have the same gifts the other 2 have. He gets cracked and he can get knocked out. Alex Caceres knocking him out would just be the weirdest thing that's ever happened. But
yes,
in a year where weird shit has happened, I would not be surprised to see Alex Caceres with maybe an accidental headbutt, an elbow upon entry, something rocking Juicy J, scramble, get a choke, head and arm, something like that. So that's how I see Alex Caceres winning this fight. I don't see volume winning it for him. I don't see striking winning it for him. And I think the ground evens itself out. Will Alex Caceres fight for your money? Yes, he will. He will. But you'll be frustrated because he'll fight for it the way Alex Caceres fights, which is weird, aloof, hair flopping all over the place, and shit. It'll be ugly, but he is good enough to not necessarily get finished all the time. He's alive. He's a more live dog here than I care to admit, because I'm very big on Erosa.
Oh, I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with you wholeheartedly that Erosa, yes.
All right. I think we're going to have our first descent of the evening right here. You ready?
There is no
Arman
way.
Sarukian at 18-3 taking on Damir Ismagulov. Damir Ismagulov is at a plus 159. Arman Sarukian minus 184, 85, whatever you want to call it. Over and rounds 2.5.
No.
We're talking about a man that wears a dead animal on his head here, Soup. You fade this at your own peril. Why is a man as gifted and talented coming off with the record and the wins that Damir Ismagulov, why is he an underdog of such great heights against Arman Sarukian? Why? You're on Sarukian, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more. What are you looking up?
I'm not. No, I'm letting you. I want your reasoning behind this.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, fine. I mean, to be honest, you seem disengaged here. So
No.
Okay. So you're talking about Damir Ismagulov. So we're talking about a guy that wears a dead animal on his head. He is 31 going on 65. Okay. Have you seen the way this guy looks? It looks like his people have lived in the sun. His people have literally rode horses on the plains, harvesting reindeer and drinking reindeer blood for millennia. And now here he is, right? Former champ at M1 Global. This dude is an absolute beast. Win over Garam Kutaladze, who everybody loves Garam. Rafael Alves, win over him, win over Thiago Moises, Joel Alvarez. The dude is an absolute beast. A little bit stiffer, right? He doesn't move very well. But he's very crafty, very creative.
If this is the number one, okay. Sorry.
Well,
oh, wow.
I mean, it's the number one MMA betting podcast on earth, Mac DeMarco.
Yeah.
But you also have a picture of
nice legs,
Megan Anderson's legs.
Yeah.
You fucking sweat lord. Say some other dumb shit. You fucking goon.
Fucking goof.
You fucking goof.
Dork.
Coming in here talking all your bullshit. I'll tell you what, Mac. Go ahead and create your own MMA podcast.
Oh.
And then I'll subscribe to it, and then I'll let you know how you're doing. Okay. All right. Whenever you've had a podcast for 4 years that's proven profitable, you feel free. Oh, and then producer Jake blocked them. Fucking goof. No, I appreciate it. No, you're right. You're good. Don't worry about it.
All right, so I'll take
this
over
fucking
here.
clown. No, Arman Sarukian. Look, man, he lost the fight to Gamrot. He looked good against the fight against Gamrot. He beat the shit out of Joel Alvarez. But dude, his wins, if we're being honest, he had the back and forth fight where he's more competitive than people gave him credit for with Islam Makhachev. Wins over OAM, Davi Hamos, Matt Frivola, Christos Yagos, Joel Alvarez in kind. He is tagged as one of the futures of 155. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he's a bad mamma jamma. I just really think, I think Demir's worth a stab here. I'm not saying that Demir's the better mixed martial artist, but I'm saying in a card that's going to be filled with what if 50-50 fights, I think this fight is very close. And Demir, I know, is going to fight for my money. So I'm leaning towards Demir.
So Sarukian's 2 losses in the UFC came to
Islam and Gamrot.
Yes.
Killers.
Yes, absolute killers, unless one of those people is Gamrot fighting Benel Dariush. But we're not going to go back to that.
Listen, it was a bad play. I was wrong.
But no. And I agree with Austin here. It must be the similar name. But when he said Arman looked really good against Gamrot, should have won that fight, in my opinion, I agree with him there. I think Sarukian's well-roundedness wins him this fight. But his demise is fighting his opponent's fight.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
If somebody wants to stand and bang, he's cool with standing there and banging. And this speaks to his well-roundedness. He's okay with standing and banging. He's okay with taking it to the ground. If he wants to stand there and bang with Demir, I think that's a poor choice.
Right.
I think if he commits to wrestling, I think it's a clear path to victory for him.
So you think he's gonna have to out wrestle Demir?
And I think he will.
Like, are we talking about like 3 rounds, like a wrestling heavy approach? Like that's what we're looking for, is wrestling and control on the ground?
At first and second round, and then maybe stand in the third and get him.
Okay. To me, I think they're going to want to throw for a little bit. I think that's a poor choice. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
But 2 guys have cancelable ground skills on one another. What do they usually end up doing? They usually end up trying to turn it into a kickboxing match.
But I think Arman's got the advantage on the ground.
Okay. I am just going to echo the sentiments of Matt here. Dead animal trumps all. I feel that way. And I'm leaning Demir as of right now. So
this is a better fight than the main event.
I 100% agree. We can agree on.
This is the fight.
Yes. Can you say real quick, do you know what Arman Sarukian's nickname is? Can you pronounce it? Have you seen it?
No.
It's like, I'm gonna butcher it here. Alhalkalakets.
Oh boy.
Ahalakakets, something like that. I have no idea what it means. Drop it in the chat if you know what it is. All right. Main event of the evening: Jared Cannoneir, 15-6, taking on Sean Strickland at 25-4.
I know you're going to hate this.
It's basically a pick 'em over. What? Go ahead. What?
Does Sean Strickland learn from his mistake?
No, I don't know. You know what I think? Here's what I think. I think Sean Strickland is going to prove to be that guy that's super good at practice and super good in the gym and super good against mid to upper mid competition. But we have not seen Sean Strickland perform his best when the lights are bright. We have not seen it. I'm trying to think of a big spot where Sean Strickland showed up and was like, hell yeah, Sean Strickland, that's my dude. That's who I can get behind. Like, when has that happened? Like, when has Sean Strickland shown up and been like, damn, Sean Strickland? When? Has
Jared Cannoneir given you that?
No, he has not. He is not at all. Here's a fun. I was going to ask you this. Okay. It sort of kills my segue into it, but what's your favorite Israel Adesanya moment? Like, just give me your favorite Izzy moment right off the top of your dome. Okay, hold that. What's your favorite Anderson Silva moment?
His leg breaking.
You're a jerk. What's your favorite Anderson Silva moment?
I don't know, man. That's a tough on the spot question.
Okay. What's your favorite Anderson Silva fight? I really thought you'd have one in the queue.
No, I really don't.
Oh, I thought you'd have one in the
I
queue.
really don't. I really don't have a favorite Anderson Silva fight.
Do you have a favorite Izzy fight?
Not really, because I think Izzy's boring as fuck.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So by that same logic, do you have a favorite Cannoneir fight?
No.
Without looking it up on Tapology, can you tell me 3 people that Jared Cannonier's fought?
That he's fought.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think most recent. No.
His most recent fight was against Israel Adesanya.
Oh yeah, Izzy. And then prior, yeah, okay.
Prior to that, he beat Derek.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to figure out where you're getting at with this.
My point is this, right? Is that Jared Cannonier? So my thought process here is that you'd actually have answers to those questions. And my point was going to be is that Jared Cannonier elicits no response from a memory's sake. There's nothing that hits the recall button when you think of Jared Cannonier. So if you say, what's your favorite Anderson Silva moment, right? When he front kicked Vitor Belfort in the face. Okay. Yeah. When I think, what's your favorite Israel Adesanya moment? Whenever he bent Paulo Costa over and he humped him, right? When you think of what's your favorite Bobby Knuckles moment, right? And you think Bobby Knuckles, any Bobby Knuckles fight, just anything that involves him sitting on top of the cage, pounding his chest. If I say name one memorable thing that Jared Cannonier has ever done in his career, you're going to go,
right. Okay.
I have no idea. That was my hoped response there, but you don't have anything.
You can't put me on the spot like that. Well, I don't have the memory for the UFC the way I do for any other sport.
I understand. And I didn't tell you what I was going to do, so that's okay. It doesn't matter.
Like my favorite Matt Ryan moment, I could give you a moment.
Oh yeah, was 28-3.
No.
Oh okay. No. So we've got Jared Cannonier here. Last 3 losses. Dom Reyes, Robert Whitaker, Israel Adesanya. In between, wins over David Branch, Anderson Silva, Jack Hermanson, Kelvin Gastelum, Derek Brunson.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland took Jack Hermanson to a split decision. Cannoneir knocked him out in the second round. You can't do MMA math, but I'm going to be honest with you here. Derek Brunson, I think of all of these guys, David Branch, Anderson Silva, Jack, Kelvin, and Derek, I think, honestly, Derek's the only one that Strickland beats handedly. Everybody else gives him a hard time. And did. So, I don't know, man. This fight is a pick 'em for a reason. I just think Sean Strickland's got some choke in him. I mean, his path to victory is what? Decision. Sean Strickland is just stay on him, pressure him.
Yeah.
Decision. Jared Cannonier, I mean, can he be broken? I don't even like. Do we even fucking consider Jared Cannonier like elite? Like, are either one of these guys, like to your point about the co-main being a better fight, are either one of these guys elite? Like, neither one of these guys are a threat to anybody at the top, And Cannoneir proved that in a fight against Izzy. That was wildly uncompetitive. Even his fight with Whitaker, one moment where he kind of stumbled Robert. So I mean, they're just not. This ain't it, man. This ain't it. I honestly, I'm almost inclined to bet inside the distance here, even though it screams decision, because I feel like one of these guys is going to choke fucking hard, like real hard, like Sean Strickland's going to do his dumb thing like he did against Alex Pereira, and he's going to walk into a right hand, or Jared Cannoneir is going to wilt under the pressure of Sean Strickland. Like I think the under or inside the distance is the play here. Even though this screams decision, this screams a half-hour fight, I think inside the distance is it because I don't trust any of these guys to do what they're supposed to do. Jared Cannoneir should beat up the legs, pump the jab, mix in the power, threaten takedowns. That's how he wins the fight. Sean Strickland, on the other hand, needs to check those kicks, use the small cage, cut angles, pepper Cannoneir, hit him to the body when he can, get in Cannoneir's head and break him mentally. Neither one of these guys have shown up on the lights of the brightest. I don't trust either one of them to do what they're supposed to do. I go inside the distance here, and I'm on an island, I believe. On an island.
Your logic's there. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it. And Cannoneir, I don't think a decision is a method of victory for him in this fight. So if he has to get him out of there in a 5-round fight, can he gas himself in the first 2 or 3 and then Strickland put the pressure on and get him out of there? Probably.
Yeah.
But, or just like Sean Strickland with his striking defense being, as poor as it is, does he walk into a right hand and get slept?
Yeah. Under 4.5 is coming in at plus 110. I don't see if you want plus money, go for it. But as we saw this last event with 3 fights ending in the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds,
right?
I would just go ahead and take inside the small distance. Chalk. It's going to end up like what, minus 130?
Yeah, don't screw yourself in those 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Get inside the distance whenever it shows up, minus 130 inside the distance. That's my play here. I think that's where it goes. I'm leaning Cannoneir as far as a money line play, but I will opt on my slip on Saturday for an inside the distance play. So, anything else to add to that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool. Let's get some prelims here, man. Sergey Morozov taking on Journey Newson. Newson at 10-3, Morozov at 18-5. Morozov minus 280, Newson plus 240. Over.
I don't like either one of the lines.
2.5. Oh, here you go. Can anyone confirm if this news is true? I saw Doug Crosby is under investigation by the Nevada Commission. I saw something today. I did not think it was the Nevada Commission. I thought it was the commission in Connecticut because of the bad scorecard he put out for the Sabatello Rufion Stotts card, where he was on an island by himself. He put out a 50-45 for Danny Sab.
Yeah.
And then it comes out and puts out shitty cards this weekend. But I think the investigation, and I think investigation is a misnomer here. They said they were going to review, they were going to sit down with him and the other judges and review the fight together to see how they landed at their various scores. So, all right. Sergey Morozov, another dead animal hat. Dead animal guy taking on Journey Newson. My concern with Morozov, energy management, and he gets hit, right? Very slight facial structure. Journey Newson, big, bulky, broad, thick skull, proto-man, Cro-Magnon style jawline. Morozov's the better mixed martial artist, though. I don't know if he's a minus 280. I don't know if he's that. Under 2.5. Golly, man, I really. It's gonna be refereed by Chris Taglioni, so there's some fuckery afoot. I caution you playing inside the distance against either one of these here because he will stop some dumb shit. Probably just gonna stay away from this fight. I lean Morozov, but
anytime you have a guy at minus 280, and your initial statement is my concerns with Morozov are, you avoid that.
I'm leaning him, but I won't play it. I won't play it. Hoffa Garcia taking on Machete. Machete at 9-1. Hoffa Garcia at 14-3. Garcia, the slight favorite here to minus 136. Machete at plus 116. I think this line has even moved a little bit depending on what book you're looking at. Closer to Pick'em. I am inclined to lean Hoffa.
Yeah.
Based on the boxing. But I say that with reservation because I don't necessarily know if he can deal with aggression very well, but I'm initially leaning towards Hoffa here.
Hoffa by sub.
Hoffa by sub. Woof.
8 of his 13 career wins by sub.
All right. Plus he's team elevation too, so you get the team elevation shit going early. What do you think?
Yeah.
I will say the Drakkar Close loss was not fun his last time out because I picked him to beat Drakkar Close, and Drakkar just bodied him, just really just wrestled him and just big brothered him the whole time. I think the power coming at him from Machete is going to be an issue. If he can avoid it, make that dude work, get it out of the first round, I'm all for it. Got to get him out of the first round, though. Got to make him work because Machete will throw big, looping, heavy shit. So hopefully Hoffa is ready to go. All right. Let's see here. We've got... Am I missing? I feel like... Okay. I want to make sure of something real quick. Is the David Dovrak Manel Cap fight still on?
Yeah, last I saw, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's do that one next. David Dovrak 20-4, Manel Cap at 17-6. You and I have been big on Cap for a couple years now. Yes. Do you trust him to do what he's supposed to do here to minus 240 against David Dovrak? I don't trust him
at a minus 240. I do pick him to win this fight.
Right.
But I am not taking him at a minus 240.
Yeah. I'll lean him here, man. It's like betting him is like betting Lyoto Machida, right? He just sits back and he waits and he allows everybody into the fight with him because everything's a counter. Everything is explosive. Everything's a burst. So he allows you into the fight. He makes the judge's job very difficult. If it's not a knockout like we saw against Ode Osborne, he makes it very difficult for the judges to score a fight for him. It's, again, the best comparison I can think of. It's like betting Lyoto Machida. I don't trust him at minus 240 here, but I do pick him to win the fight. It's a great way to put it. Great way to put it. All right. How about Brian Battle versus Renat Fakhretdinov? Is that still on the card?
Last I saw, Pooh Bear was still fighting.
Okay. Pooh Bear at 8-1, Renat Fakhretdinov. Jake, did you get? Okay, cool. Fakhretdinov at a minus 145, Brian Battle 125. You love Pooh Bear.
I do love Pooh Bear. Listen.
You had a banger of a night on Pooh Bear.
I did. Took Pooh Bear by sub. When he had that rear naked to win the
tough finale.
Was it Contender Series?
No, tough finale.
Tough finale.
Yeah.
Who did he fight that stepped in on short notice? Because it was a replacement. I forget who it was. But that was the same night that D-Rod beat Kevin Lee.
Okay. I don't remember it like that, but okay.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I don't know, too. Yeah. I have no idea. Go for it.
Anyway, yeah. I'll ride the lightning. Give me Pooh Bear here at plus 125.
I think now that he's in shape, he's worth looking at. Now, that being said, Fakhretdinov ain't a joke, man. He came out and he got that win over Andreas Michailidis, but that was a fight he was supposed to win a lot easier than he did. And while it was a dominant decision win, he should have finished Michailidis. He really should have, and he didn't. I can get on board with taking Brian Battle at plus money. I at least know he's going to fight for my money. So at plus, that's all I can ask for. Matthews is big, easy money. Battle taking the L as well. I like him, but I don't see him doing it against Renat. Interesting. Okay. All right. Hey, man, that's your opinion, bro. That's your opinion, bro. I'm on Brian Battle here. I'll take him at the plus money. All right. How about Saeed Akub Karakhmonov taking on Saeed Nurmagomedov? No relation to Khabib. You were just, be honest. Your boy pussy got a little wet when I said those names out like that, so smooth like that.
Oh it? Yeah, for sure.
Producer Jake still typing in the odds right now. He can't. Nurmagomedov, Saeed Akub. There you go. Boom. Let's go with a pick'em here. Let's just call it as if it's a pick'em. You on Nurmagomedov or Karakhmonov?
You ask me if I'm on either one of them?
Yeah. How do you like this fight?
Decision.
Decision. You like this fight to go to decision?
Yes.
Okay. Dude, what's up with everything 2.5 here? This is going to be such a long fight.
Or
no.
Or it won't be.
No, it will be. Dude, it will be. It's going to be, man. I'm inclined sometimes to be like, oh, yeah. But, dude, fight goes to decision is a minus 130 here. I mean, they know. All right. They know Twitch is... Oh, man.
Go listen to Fly Young Red.
No, don't do that. No. All right. I'm on... If I had to pick, I'm on Saidakub here. Nurmagomedov's got to lose at some point. A Nurmagomedov has to lose at some point. And I know he's of no relation to Khabib. And I realize that Nurmagomedov is the Dagestani version of Smith.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to take Karakhmonov here. Yep. See? He knows. He knows. I'm riding that Karakhmonov money line, bro. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm all over it, baby. Let's go. What do you think?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I'm not putting money on either one of these guys here.
I understand. Okay. I think Saidakub carries more power. I think Nurmagomedov is going to be a little bit more creative on the feet. I do think that we get a high stakes game of punch face here. So, I mean, for an actual technical analysis of this, I think that we get high stakes punch face. I would hate to see this fight devolve into a wrestling match. I want to see these dudes throw hands. So I'm on Saidakub. All right, Julian Marquez taking on Deron Winn. Deron Winn at 7-3. Julian Marquez at 9-3. You got something here. I know you love Julian Marquez.
I don't know
minus 168 over Deron Winn.
I don't know if I love him.
You love him.
But I do like Julian Marquez in this fight.
Love him,
it's
bro.
more of a fade against Deron Winn.
Oh, man. Come on, bro. That's not it at all. You love Julian Marquez. Just let that rip. Come on.
You think I look like Julian Marquez doesn't mean I love Julian Marquez.
No. Tell me how Julian Marquez wins this fight. Does he knock out Deron Winn?
Second round.
He'll literally be punching downwards. Not even at an angle, but it's like down.
I understand that.
Like his jab will look like a Donkey Kong.
That's right.
Dude.
Fucking hammer fist top of his big ass grape.
Yeah. So fun fact, he says Marquez does a podcast with Kendra Lust.
Let's go.
Twitches, you'll recall I've said on previous shows that I think one of the reasons why Marquez has terrible cardio is because, dude, perfect example, right? What did I say going into the Ilya Topuria Bryce Mitchell fight? What did I say? I said Bryce Mitchell, the only thing that concerns me about this fight is he's got a girlfriend, and women make you weak in the legs. It is known in the combat sports that women make you weak. They make you weak. Bryce Mitchell gets a girlfriend. What does he do? He goes out there, he gets fucking slapped by Ilya Topuria.
He also ran into a monster, but
doesn't matter.
Is Deron Winn a monster?
He could be.
Okay.
He could be. Julian Marquez has
any given Saturday.
Dude, any given Saturday. Julian Marquez, he's been bumping cheeks with Kendra Lust. I mean, I'm just going to assume. I have no idea. But I'm just going to assume. Allegedly to me, because this is how I see it playing out in my brain. Is that's what's happening, and because of which he can't win. Not to mention the fact he has the stink of James Krause all over him. This is Glory MMA stinkify. I mean, now that you asked me,
so you're
how does Deron win? No.
You're actually going to bet Deron Winn.
I'm not going to do that at all. That's what would be my next statement. Now, if you ask me how Deron Winn wins this fight, I can't pick a single way that he wins this fight. I cannot pick a single way in my brain that Deron Winn wins this fight unless Julian Marquez does the Julian Marquez thing where he damn near kills himself trying to get Deron Winn out of there, and he's exhausted by the end of round 2, and Deron somehow finds that weird little pudgy DC prototype gear and puts it on him in round 3 and gets him out of there. But that would be just miracle. They will be so comically misaligned. I just don't see how it happens. I just don't see it.
So So with that being said,
Yep.
Your only method of victory for Duran Win would be described as a miracle.
Yes. Yep.
So how do you not love Julian Marquez at a -170?
Because Julian Marquez has the fight IQ of a potato.
Oh.
He does.
Higher fight IQ. Justin Gaethje, Julian Marquez, go.
Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Julian Marquez literally just goes out there.
That speaks volumes for Julian Marquez.
I like Marquez with 3 girlfriends can still beat Duran. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, it's possible. It's quite possible. I mean, it's weird that you said Justin Gaethje because both of those guys are lauded for their wrestling and neither one of them use it.
Yes.
Just don't forget Justin Gaethje's an All-American collegiate wrestler. Don't forget Justin Gaethje is a All-American collegiate All-American wrestler. Don't forget. Don't you dare forget it. Folk style wrestling, collegiate All-American. Jake Matthews, Matt Semmelsberger. Semmelsberger at 10-4. Jake Matthews at 18-5. Jake Matthews -260. Semmelsberger +220 here. There is some recency bias in this Jake Matthews line.
Give me Semmelsberger at +230.
You gonna take Semi the Jedi?
Yeah, 220.
You know what I don't? I love Semmelsberger. You know what I don't like about this?
What don't you like?
Is I don't understand how his last name is Semmelsberger, but the nickname is Semi the Jedi. I don't understand this. Can you make that make sense to me?
No.
Because I'm big on the way things sound.
Yeah.
I don't really care how things look, clearly. I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. I think there's recency bias built into the line here with Matthews. I'm going to take Semmelsberger just based on the value because I know he's going to fight for me.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to fight. I mean, I don't trust Jake Matthews to put together 2 masterpieces in a row. We got lucky with the Andre Fiallo fight. I don't see that happening again. Was it Andre Fiallo? Who did he fuck up? That he looked like he looked like Wonder Boy out there. Who was that? Was that the Fiallo fight?
I believe so.
What? He's not doing anything. He's just
no. There's a fly or a bug of some sort in the middle of winter in Pennsylvania.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's probably an evil spirit, to be honest.
Maybe.
It probably is.
Yeah.
All right. So you're on Semi here?
Yes, I am.
All right, cool, man. That's it, dude. We did them all. I think we did all of them. Was that it? No. We're missing one.
Oof.
Cody Brundage taking on Michael Olajasic. Olajasic at 17-5. Cody Brundage stepping in short notice. Olajasic -270. Cody Brundage +230. Over and arounds is at 1.5. You know me, I love Olajasic. It's hard for me to go against him ever.
Yeah.
Because I see again what we talked about with the before. He's one of us, bro. K's and Z's and just Eastern Bloc, bro. That's our peoples. So I know everybody. Look, Boston Brews bets. Look, Cody. People love Cody Brundage, and here's what I love about Brundage is I've bet Brundage. I think in every fight he's had in the UFC because he's a workhorse, and he goes out there and fucking brawls every time, and he puts himself in positions to win fights, and he can absolutely beat Michael Olajasic. And what I love about Brundage is doing the rounds like on all the MMA shows this week, like even leading into the fight. So like everybody else that's in like this MMA betting space, he's on their show. Like he's been doing the media tour for us, the low people, right? Which I love. I love a man of the people. I just like Olajasic's skill set here, man. I really do. He fucking cracks, and you wouldn't think that he would. He's got good kicks. He's got a great chin. The wrestling of Brundage could be an issue, but we'll see what kind of shape he comes in on short notice here. I imagine he's still in pretty good shape. Again, team elevation guy. You know he's got the skills to win, but is it enough against Michael Olajasic? I'm on Oleg just a lean. I don't love him. I'm probably priced out of a play at 270.
Cody Brundage is the Webster Dictionary picture of a meathead.
Oh, bro, for sure. You know who he's the guy that when you play basketball, he's in there, he's out there, he's fucking up your knees, he's taking your legs out from underneath you. You don't play basketball with a guy like Cody Brundage. He's hacking you.
Yeah.
Breaking your forearms. Yeah.
Yeah. Driving to the lane with both elbows out.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Gets a rebound, clears. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't want that.
No, you don't want that in your life at all.
No. When your traps touch your ears, you don't want that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I bet you he sweats profusely when he takes a dump. Just like if it's a plastic seat, he just slides off when he's done. Just
That's disgusting.
All right, let's run through leans real quick. Just money line leans.
Okay.
If you're my dude XBL on Twitch who records all of the leans for the YouTube MMA cappers, this is for you, my man. Pay attention to what I say, not what Soup says. All right, Morozov, Newson, I'm on Morozov. Dovrak, Cap, I'm on Cap.
Yes.
Yeah. Fakhradinov, Brian Battle, I'm on Battle.
Garcia,
Mahachete, I'm on Garcia.
Yes, Hoffa. Yes.
All right. Saeed Akub and Saeed, I'm on Kirkamanov.
Nurmagomedov.
Oh, look at you. Duran win, Julian Marquez. I'll take Julian Marquez.
All
right. Matthews and Semmelsberger. I'll take Semmelsberger. Cheyenne and Corey. I'm going to go ahead and take Corey. Brundage and Michael Olajasic. I'm on Olajasic. Bobby Green, Drew Dober.
No.
What?
Give me Brundage stepping in on short notice.
All right.
I'll ride with Boston Brew Bets.
All right.
I'll take the meathead.
All right. Bobby Green, Drew Dober. I'm on Dober. Caceres and Arosa. I'm on Juicy J.
Absolutely.
Oh, we skipped the fight. Amir Albazi and Alessandro Costa. Amir Albazi's a minus 500 favorite. It's Albazi all day, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Albazi.
Touching that.
Yeah. Arman Saruki and Damir Ismagulov. I'm leaning Ismagulov and Jared Cannoneir, Sean Strickland.
Oh, but this hurts, but I'm going to say Sean Strickland.
Cannoneir. No, Sean Strickland.
There you go.
No, Cannoneir. Wait, no. It's just a lean, right?
Yeah. Because
the
inside the distance.
It's just a lean. The inside the distance will be my play.
Yeah.
But if it's just a lean, give me Sean Strickland.
Okay.
Fuck. Albazi for sure. All right. Anyway. Appreciate everybody that tunes in the show, everybody that likes, subscribe, did all that kind of crap. Yeah. We'll see everybody on Saturday. And then Tuesday the 20th, same bat time, same bat channel. We will Sean Strickland's one of your people listening to how he talks sometimes. I love it. All right, man. We'll have Drew Dober on Tuesday, the 20th. Win, lose, or draw from the Bobby Green fight, but it will be a win.
Yes.
It will be a win. Be good to each other, guys. We'll see everybody on Saturday for the fights. UFC Vegas 66, Strickland versus Cannoneir.
Woo.
Fucking producer Jake chilling.